So the question I have for you is, when the doorbell of your healing mind of wisdom is ringing, are you listening? Are you hearing it? Do you even know that's what's happening? Or is it just something you don't want to have happening? And I think for the most part, in terms of egoic survival programming, we don't want it happening. And we get rid of it, or we distract from it, or we just narrow our vision until we're walking around with blinders. You know? So take a breath, realign yourself, stop. Whatever you're doing right now, even though you're sitting here, you're maybe doing something. It's amazing how much can go on when you're not moving. And just pay attention to one thing if you're overwhelmed. Just listen to the breath, to your heart, the feelings you're having. If you're opening into this beautiful presence that's here, then just open to that. Give yourself to that. That is your true self. Eventually, the seeking for it disappears because the realization of it happens. The full embodiment of that happens all by itself. Not because you made it happen or some guru zapped you into enlightenment. Or you know, never mind. You know, back in the 60s, people thought if they took enough acid, LSD, they'd get, enlightened. And they didn't, but it certainly opened up the doorway of the possibility of something different than what we call ordinary reality. And that was important to see that this realm that we call our life and this world and our reality is just one perception, perhaps. One realm of being that we're existing in currently. But once you've had a taste of the truth, and I know you all have at least a taste, if not a lot more, let's just say that's a flavor that you certainly want more of. The joy, the relief, the brightness, the aliveness of freedom is literally the promised land, is the heaven that we've all heard about. It is true, and it is within you. And you don't find it, really. The truth is, it has found you. And that is why they're teaching, not my will, but thy will, is actually right on. Because what that truly means is that you're listening rather than talking. You are actually learning rather than knowing. There is no learning in knowing. Not in the knowing that I mean. The knowing I mean is not intellectual. It's not analytical. It doesn't have words you can say and that then you understand it. No. That learning is a transformative, evolutionary process of your humanity as your spirit, as your consciousness awakens fully in your being, in your whole life being. And that is the purpose of life, is to live from there and to do whatever you do in your life. Doesn't matter what your work is, doesn't matter at all. It's not about being a spiritual person. That's not it. It's about being fully human and living your life fully. And if you're awake or realize, great, you bring that light goes wherever you go and touches everything you touch, and you don't even think about it because there's no self identified with it. There's no self that says, oh yeah, I'm there now. That doesn't happen. That's not it. So the one who's asking, when am I there yet? That's just ego. That's all. That's just ego that wants a result. And there's nothing wrong with that. That keeps you coming back to the present moment. But be very careful about getting caught in the conclusions, because you read something that says that your Kundalini experience means blah, blah, whatever. And now you think, oh yeah, now I'm on the 7th level of something or other. Those beliefs are just strengthening a spiritual identity, which unfortunately can be incredibly unconscious and even very diluted even. And dangerous, because when you access this power, which you are, and we all are, we need to be more conscious of how we're living in the world, not less, more. Because it can be harmful to ourselves or others, actually, if it's not understood in an integrated way. And that's a maturing process that isn't quick. Yes, awakening is instant, that's true. And various kinds of transformative realizations are really, they just happen. But the integration of those and the maturing of those in a human being is our lifetime, actually. So then you get off the bullet train of, I need to get there. I need to get enlightenment. That's ego wanting to get, it's like getting anything else. It's survival. That's a survival instinct. Nothing wrong with wanting to get something. Nothing. But just know that's what it is. Because the truth, which you seek, if you do, or happiness, which you seek, and fulfillment, which you seek, actually is your essential nature. So how you're listening right now makes all the difference in the world. And invite yourself to learn how to listen with openness rather than contractedness. If you're listening right now and something in you is contracting, bring your attention to that, not to the words, because that's already ringing your doorbell of the healing wisdom mind. Go answer the doorbell. Forget what I'm saying. It's not important. What's important is what's coming up in you right now. And if what's coming up in you right now is the beautiful, blissful, vast, interconnected radiance, then, boy, I love that, right? Enjoy that. Forget what other people have gone through, what you've read. Forget all of it. That's a burden that will be in your way. If you need teachings, great. But eventually, you've got this right here. This is it. The vulnerability of your not knowing, the vulnerability of your insecurity. And that turns into, you know what that turns into? When you truly open to those fears, nothing other than unconditional love. The good stuff. And is it good? Yes. Is it why we're alive? Yes. Is it the purpose of our humanity? Yes. To live fully as loving, unconditionally loving beings.